So let's take a break, have a little bonus round, and look at a group called the Knights Templar. Now, you may have heard of this group before. The Knights are known for wearing real big red crosses on their chests. So you might have seen this in movies, you may have read about them in books. With everything that's come out lately with the Da Vinci Code, all of this stuff is what we're talking about that deal with the Knights Templar, especially if you're trying to figure out like secrets of religion or the search for the Holy Grail. Knights Templar always come up. So basically, who are they? Well, they were kind of a Christian organization that were called the Poor Soldiers of Christ. In other words, our job is to defend Christianity. That's how they looked at it, that was their life, period. So material possessions, things like that, having a home and a profession, well, your profession is you're protecting Christianity. So that's the Knights part of it. Now, there was a non-combatant part of the Knights Templar, and in 1129, the Roman Catholic Church accepted the Knights as kind of the guardians of the church. That was in 1129. They went and fought in the Crusades. That's kind of where they gained their fame. So as the Crusades go on, and there were several Crusades, the Knights are kind of at their heyday. Now that's the actual combatant Knights. The non-combatant Knights of the Knights Templar actually started the first real banking system that we can think of. They were awarded for protecting the Holy Land, for instance. And so they gained some wealth from that as an organization. Well, then they started lending that money out and started financing things. And it's really the way we look at a bank now. So not only were they powerful with the Knights part of it, but they were also very powerful with the financial part of it as well. So now the question has always been, if you're wondering what's up with the mystery of the Knights, how did they get the money? And some people were thinking, did they give the church something very valuable? Okay, I'm going to go off the deep end on this one, so bear with me. Did they find the Holy Grail? And they, said, well, we know where it is and we're going to give it to you, and you're going to make sure that we don't tell anybody else that we found this. So a lot of mystery is surrounding exactly what did the Knights do. And they were in Jerusalem an awful lot. And so were there things that the Knights possibly uncovered that in order to keep hush-hush, they were paid to stop talking about it? So I don't know. That's all a mystery. What we do know is that in 1307, if you have ever heard that Friday the 13th is unlucky, this is why. In 1307, Pope Clement V decided, and there were other kings involved in this too, that the Knights were getting too powerful. So he decided that it was time the Knights went away, literally. So on Friday the 13th, 1307, an order went out by the Pope to take care, round up, and execute the Knights Templar, get rid of them. So that is why some of them were burned at the stake, all the types of death you can think of. There's rumors some of them fled and got out of Europe and went somewhere else, possibly the Americas, who knows. All sorts of rumors about the Knights. That's why a lot of times people study them. There's so much mystery. But there's no question, the reason Friday the 13th is unlucky is that the Knights Templar, that was like the worst day ever for the Knights Templar. That an order went out by the Pope to basically kill them off. And that was all supposed to happen on that one day, Friday the 13th, 1307. So the next time you have a Friday the 13th roll around and everybody says, oh, it's Friday the 13th, something bad's going to happen, Knights Templar. Because that's really what we're doing when we say that the Friday the 13th is so unlucky. So the Knights Templar, lots of mysteries surrounding them, surrounding their organization, very powerful organization, very well organized. The fighters were excellent. So there's a lot of really good things in the Knights Templar, but a lot of mystery surrounding them as well. And why would it be that the church at first welcomed them and then at one point decided that it was time for them to go away? So that also surrounds the mystery of how powerful were they getting and what was it about them that the Pope thought it was so necessary to try to execute all of them. So Knights Templar, red crosses, Friday the 13th. So now you might have known something you didn't before. See you next time.